So this is your light box, and when you get there, the lid should be closed, should be. So when you're done, you're going to reverse this entire order. But there's a piece of Velcro here at the edge, and there's also one a little further back. When you look inside, it's not going to have any light on, so you're going to have to actually turn the little rocker switch on to turn the light on. When you look inside, also, please be so cautious. This will scratch very easily. I also have a turntable that we're going to use. When you go to start cleaning the inside of this, only use a microfiber rag. And when you set things down, don't scratch it or move it around. Simply pick it up and move it where it needs to be, because you'll see there's a big scratch, and we're going to try to avoid that. But the microfiber should be soft enough in order to use it. And usually the microfiber rag should be left on top of the light box. And when you're using that, make sure you're not scrubbing. You're simply just kind of lightly dusting, and make sure you do get all the dust off. I'm going to use my phone for this video. I do want you to use your iPad, but we're using the iPad for recording. And what you're going to look for is when you're looking through your video, you want to make sure that you don't have all that extra off to the sides. You just want to have a really nice, clean background. This is for photos and videos. Sometimes you can't help it, but think about when you crop it later. Or if you can just do it now by moving in, then think about later when you crop it, how can you do it so you're not going to have that weirdness in the back? Also, only use an iPad when you are inside of this, because the iPad is going to make sure that it's calibrated and gives us a nice quality color. With your piece, make sure that it's clean and dry before you put it in. Set it down without scraping or moving, and then decide what your angle is. There's a big scratch off to the left, so I'm setting it to the right, so I'm not going to see that big scratch. And then I'm going to go ahead and move my camera forward, and I want to try to get the very best angle. Sometimes that means getting it from above, sometimes that means getting it from the side, but if I can get rid of the stuff in the background, I'm going to do that now. The more editing I can do now, the better. When I go to take the photo, I'm looking for that angle. Do I need to see the side? It just depends. So it depends on your project. Also, when you're doing this, I want you to do a little focus by touching wherever it is you want to focus. If you focus towards the back, then you'll have everything in focus. If you just click the front edge, it will only focus on the front edge, making the rest of it blurry. It will also automatically adjust your lighting. When you go to take the photo or the video, I always suggest take a deep breath in, exhale, and at the end of your exhale, that's when you'll push the button. Right at the end of your exhale, that will give you the best photo possible. If you're doing a video, it's the same concept, but we're going to have to hold it still. For the video, we have a nice little turntable, and this turntable lives off inside of here to the corner. And when you take the top off, make sure we clean it too. Don't scrub it, but just kind of lightly, only with microfiber. There's a little gear. So that gear can either go on the slow or the fast setting, and it says it right below it. I like to put it on the fast setting with the little knob sticking up. Then there's a little pin right in the center, and that little pin locks into that center hole, and that will line up nice and even, and it sets just perfectly inside. When you have that, there's a little switch. If you turn it one way, it goes one direction. Turn it the other, it goes the other. And to turn it off, put it in the middle. Make sure you turn it off when you're done. That's a D battery, and it won't last for hours and hours. There's no point in wasting all that battery. Try to center your piece on top of the little turntable, and then turn it on either direction. Now, if the turntable is going to be in the video, I like to turn it or rotate it so that the button is not showing. Also, notice that I picked it up and I moved it. I didn't just slide it or twist it around. I'm looking to see, is my piece centered within? I pick it up, I put it back down. Once I get the speed that I want, I get the angle that I want, now I start to take my video. What I've learned is that right at 9 seconds will give me a full rotation, because I'm trying to make a GIF. I'm going to go right to like 9, maybe 10, no less than 9 though. And I do that same trick I did before. I take a deep breath in. I also focus my camera so that I have it on that front edge. And as I exhale, I push that, and I'm watching for that spot to go all the way around. If you don't want to watch and stay that close attention to that spot, then simply go to 10 seconds on your video and stop recording. That should give you a perfect GIF. Now remember, you're putting this at the angle that looks the best. When you are finished, it is very important to please turn off the turntable. Take your project out. The little rocker switch we use to turn the light on, yep, turn it off. Put the little flap down so it protects the light box from any dust, and then upload your video, the photo, whatever you just took to your Google Drive to make your GIF and Wii video. Great job.